So we're gonna make a really nice, refreshing salad. We're using watermelon, some cucumber, and I'm gonna show you a little marinating technique that you can use with a lot of vegetables. It works really well with watermelon because it is so kind of porous. And this is a great technique for those where, maybe the acid from a vinegar or a lemon or a lime might be a little too aggressive or a little too stringent. So you can still get those beautiful lemon, those beautiful citrus flavors with this great marinating technique. So what we're gonna do is, it's kind of like we're making a mojito or a cocktail. So there's no alcohol, but just delicious taste. So we're gonna zest 2 lemons here, actually. So I want a lot of zest, and we're using our favorite tool in the kitchen. I think everybody knows what this tool is called by now. What is it? Help me out. Zester, rasp, microplane. It has many names, and it is fantastic. So we're gonna zest the lemons, limes. You can use the side of a grater if you don't have one of these. Usually the side that is the confusing side, the one with the little tiny little
the what is this for
speckles.
side.
Yes, that usually works for zest. And you can use oranges as well. Most of those concentrated citrus oils and those big flavors are found right in the outermost peel.
That's right. And you're not getting the acidity that you would be getting from the lemon juice or the lime juice, which can be a good thing for mouth sores. And the watermelon and the cucumber we're using are also good for a sore mouth. So oftentimes, if you've had radiation to the head or neck or chemotherapy where you develop some of these mouth sores, fruits can be really bothersome, especially even things like berries, tropical fruits, because they're just too acidic. But watermelon is actually a less acidic option, and it's 91% water. So you're getting lots of hydration through that. Question?
You sell fruit scrubbers, things like that. Is it necessary to just wash it under?
Good question. So the question was fruit and vegetable scrubbers or washes, should you purchase that? Do those help? And the answer is no. So just, run things under water, give them a good scrub if you're using the outside.
Yeah.
And you can use, some salt or something if you want to.
Something abrasive, absolutely. A scrub, so not in terms of like a solution, but like an abrasive scrub, sometimes those help. With lemons and limes, because we're using the zest, the citrus, this is an option where, if you want to get an organic lemon or like the unwaxed lemons, those are great. If not, then just scrub it very well. And like Christy said, either like a salt water solution, that'll get you a nice scrub there, or like a brush. But because we're just using the outside, yeah, you want to give it a good wash for sure. Absolutely, and dry it very well.
Yeah, you don't want to do those special sprays or
yeah.
washes. Those haven't been shown to work, and they just kind of a money grab.
So we have a nice pile of zest here. This is flavor. So we're gonna throw it into a glass. You can also use a mortar and pestle. I've been using this as decoration for the last little while. But if you don't have a mortar and pestle, and I'll show you, it's got cinnamon. It doesn't come with cinnamon. It's just a nice base, a nice hard, sturdy base with something to bash your ingredients with. And you can mimic that any way you want. So you don't really need a mortar and pestle. I have a glass, and this is just a cocktail muddler. Muddler. You can use the bottom of a spoon, a wooden spoon as well. It's pretty much the same thing. So the zest is gonna go in. And then I'm gonna add a pinch of salt to this. And the salt is gonna help to break down that zest. It's gonna really extract those oils out of there. Sugar also does the same thing. So when you're making, usually a mojito would be the classic drink. Sugar would be that kind of granular ingredient that would extract those oils. And if herbs, it'll extract the oils from the herbs as well. So we have the salt, we have our zest, some beautiful basil. This works with any fresh herb, so you can use cilantro, you can use basil. Did I say basil?
Yes.
I meant mint. It's
I
not
was
basil.
looking at it going, wait a second.
I was already thinking basil, and you can definitely use basil.
I was going to say, this would be better with mint.
Yes.
It's going to be more cooling for you.
Yes.
It
Yes,
so
you can smell it.
minty.
And wait till I
Absolutely.
bash it up a little bit.
That was a test to make sure we're all awake, so we passed, I think.
So we just want to bash all the ingredients just until you bruise the mint. That's a good sign. And you'll start to really smell the zest and the mint because those oils are starting to become active. So we're going to do that just for like 30 seconds or so. And then once we get a nice bash, I'm speeding this up. You can take your time. I don't want to sweat in front of everybody. But I can really start to smell it. It might be delayed for everybody, but you'll smell it soon. And then what I'm going to add, this is not a secret ingredient, but miso paste. Miso paste is used in a lot of Japanese cooking, mainly soup and broths and stocks. It has a wonderful umami flavor, big savoriness. So when I say umami, I mean savoriness, that watering sensation. When you add something that's very savory to something that's sort of sweet, like fruit, it has a really nice balance, a really good combination. So we're going to add this to the muddled mixture here. And we don't need too much. And we're going to mix it up. And so it's going to turn it into somewhat of a paste. All right. So that is essentially most of our dressing for the watermelon. And all I'm going to do, get a spoon, and we're going to add all of that muddled zest and the mint and the miso into a bowl of, this is just diced watermelon. Now, does everyone know how to pick the perfect watermelon?
No, that's amazing. Well, there is a YouTube video that just went up yesterday on our YouTube channel. So it's YouTube/ELLICSR Kitchen. And it's how to choose the best watermelon in the store.
Yes.
So you can check that out.
So we've got a watermelon. We've tossed it. You can use your spoon. You can use your hands. Just kind of try to get that zest and the mint all over the watermelon. And we're going to let this sit in the fridge for about 15 minutes. What this is going to do is draw some of the water out of the watermelon. And then the watermelon will actually start to absorb the marinade. Has anyone heard of brining? Yes. So you brine a turkey, you brine a chicken. It's the same principle. You put it in a salt solution with spices and whole spices. The turkey, because of the salt solution, the turkey will then absorb some of that solution, some of that marinade, and it'll end up inside the turkey, making it a lot juicier, a lot more flavorful. So it's the same sort of concept with the watermelon. So that's going to go in the fridge, 15 minutes. I have no space in my fridge, but I'll place it.
If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, next week there's going to be a video about the nutritional benefits of watermelon. So I'm going to be talking about all the good things about the lycopene that is very, very prominent in watermelon. So we often think about tomatoes as being a rich source of lycopene, but watermelon can actually have up to 40% more lycopene than tomatoes. And lycopene is an antioxidant, so it may help to reduce risk of cancer. It's been most studied in prostate cancer. And it's also showing some promise in terms of heart disease prevention as well, because of the anti-inflammatory effects.
So that's the watermelon. It breaks down a little bit, and it's absorbed this beautiful savory umami flavor, a lot of that citrus zest. And remember, we have not added any acid at all to this. You can. I mean, if you can tolerate acid, fine. I love lemon juice on almost everything, so you can add a little bit of lemon juice at this point. But remember that this is a great low acidity option for anybody. And so we're going to put some of the watermelon down. And the mint is kind of bruised, so you can keep some of the pieces out. I'm going to put some cucumber on top, really nice and fresh. And then we can add a few fresh mint leaves because the bruised ones don't look so good. And these are really big mint leaves. But that's going to go on top. And if you like a little feta cheese, or if you want something on a little bit of the lower fat or a little bit of lower sodium, Pressed cottage cheese is a favorite one of ours. It has the same texture as a feta cheese, a lot less sodium, considerably less sodium and fat. So you can even do a combo. So I actually did a little bit of a combination with the cottage cheese and the feta. So that goes on top. And again, it's a really nice combination. Is that because I'm taking out the olive oil? Just
This
a little
is
bit.
an optional little chefy drizzle.
Yeah, just
I
a
know.
little bit on top, and that's it.